Let's build a custom API having inputs and outputs in Dataverse, and let's also build the plugin that will be triggered once that custom API is called, and let's integrate that API into our Power Apps Code apps. That is a web application made up of TypeScript and React. Let's do this. Hi, welcome to my channel. Here is Phoebe Nubisi, and we have built previously a Power Apps Code app that was doing a schedule, meaning that employees can come and have their assigned tasks and work on it. And now in that application we have an option where the people that are not managers can come and reassign tasks that were not assigned to them previously, so that they can reassign it to them. And also, if a task was assigned to another person and it's not started yet, they can assign it to them as well, so that they can work on it. But the issue with that is that they have security role. With Dataverse, we have what we call security role, and normally they don't have permission to assign some tasks. But what we will do, we will build in this video a custom API. A custom API that will get the schedule ID, that will get the new owner ID, the person that is trying to get the reassignment, and that will get the updated date. And then we will call a plugin behind that custom API. The plugin will run as a system, and then put the ownership of that task to that user, and then that's how they will be able to reassign it to them. So stay tuned and let's get started. Alright, so this is how it looks right now. So this user is called Miracle, and Miracle actually is a normal user. If you look well, you can see that she doesn't have access to the assign to tasks. Yes, she only has access to assign to the ones that are not assigned yet, or assigned and not started. So what I will do, I will also show you on how the manager ones looks like. So let's go to the manager window. The manager window, we have more windows here, like workload, assign tasks. You see, this is different type of assignment, and we have the assign to that also the other person has. Me, you can see on my own I have manager, but the other person does not have that tag. So we will use on this window, we will use try to make a reassignment. Let me open here. We will try to make a reassignment. So I will take the last task, and I will take her name. I will put her name, and I will click assign. It's asking, do you want to confirm? I will say yes. But like you see on the right side, we have an error, and the error says the user with ID does not have the role on that record, so the person cannot make the changes. So now let's go back to our Visual Studio Code. We will modify the code. So what we will do is that we will build our custom API and display the error. Before building the custom API, right now you have noticed that we have the console log that is displaying the message error, but now I will put an alert, because let's say the technician is using the app, the technician will never know that the error is on the console. So the technician would think that maybe the app is not working. So let's go to where the error is loading. So this is the place here, and let's add it. So we will say that if, let's just put a constant, we will call that constant error as any, or error equal E as any. And now let's add, now let's put the alert. We will also, I love how there's auto completion with the VS Code. Is so interesting how it knows what I'm trying to type. It's true that that's not really what I was trying to type, but it can really do the completion. I will copy again the error and put here so you can see the structure. So the error is written like this. Error, and it's an object, and there's message. So I will put here like this, and then I will accept this error message exactly like this, and then I will copy this message. I will make a Windows.alert. I really love how it's already knowing what I'm trying to do. Windows.alert, and I will save it, and I will run the project again. So this function is just the function that is handling the assignment after the user click the confirm button. That's all. So now I'm pushing the update so that it's available in production. I was just building it before using npm run build. Now I'm pushing, so now it's ready. Let's go back to Explorer and refresh the app. I will close this, it's not necessary anymore. Let me refresh the app. Go to assign to. So you can see the error down here. Assignment failed. You do not have permission to assign a job. I'm not sure why it's not visible. Okay, now you can see it here. This is the window alert right here. Assignment failed. You may not have permission to reassign this job. That is really good. That's what we wanted. So the user knows what's going on. Now let's go and build the custom API. Let's go to Chrome. Let's go to Power Apps. And let's go to our solution where we are building this application, and let's open it. So when we open it, we will create a custom API in this solution. Create new, more, order, and then we scroll until we see custom API. So this is it here. So we will call it reassign request. we call it reassign tags. It's asking me to sign in again. Reassign tags. Ops pilot. We will leave the binding to global, so it's unbound, it's not bound to any table. And then it's a function. No. Is it private? No. Enable for workflow. I mean, we can put yes or no, but we can put yes. That means you can use it in Power Automate. And then it says allow custom processing step type. We will put sync and async. Sync is when you want to make the change directly. Maybe you want to use Power Automate. Async is what we want when you want to use plugins. I will choose both of them. Execute privilege name, we don't need it yet. Plugin type, once we build the plugin, we will come and paste the plugin here by just clicking enter and selecting the plugin. So we are not ready for that yet. Let's save. So we will save, we will not close yet. We already have our custom API. Let's come and add also the parameters. We do same new more order. We scroll down until we see custom API request parameter. So that's the input. So for our input, we have 3 parameters. The first one is the schedule ID. So we select first the API. This is our schedule ID. Let's just leave it like that. Schedule ID is of type string, and then it's optional no. Let's save it, and then let's create a new one. The second parameter is the new owner ID. It's also of type string, and then optional no. We save, and the last one is update assigned to date. This one will be a boolean. So we save all of them. Since we have all of them, let's click new again, and we will add the output of the custom API. So we click custom API response property. That's the output. So for the output, we have also some values. By the way, let me switch here to show you in the presentation what we are doing right now. So this is what we are doing. We are trying to do a secure tax reassignment, and this is the architecture right here that you are seeing, where we have Power Apps through the Code Apps, that is a web application that will call the custom API integrated to the Power Apps, and then the custom API is plugged in, is connected to the plugin, and the plugin interact with Dataverse. That's what we have. And I don't have the input here, but yes, so this is the inputs that we have. We have the schedule ID that I showed you, we have the new owner ID, we have the assigned to date, and then for the output, now we have success, that is boolean. Did it succeed or did it fail? And then we have the message output. So let's go back to Chrome and add success and message. Success is a boolean, and then the other one is message. Message is a string. By the way, if it fails to create this, that means I already have it, because you see the unique name is message, but I can reuse it as needed. So if it fails to create, that means it exists already, because I created many custom API before, so I will just reuse what exists already. So let's choose string. So I have everything. I have inputs of our custom API, I have the output. If I refresh our solution, when I refresh the solution, you see the custom API here on the left, and you see the request parameters here, and you can see the API response property. So we have everything ready for us. So now let's go and create the plugin itself. So let's go to Visual Studio. Make sure that in Visual Studio you log in, you run it as an administrator. We will create a new project. Now we have the template. I will take a class library .NET framework, and I will say next, and then I will give it a name, a project name. I will give it reassignment. I will call it tax. I will call it ops pilot tax reassignment, and make sure the framework is .NET framework 4.6.2, and let's click create. Once that is done, let's make sure that the new Windows is also available. One moment. Okay. Now that is here, what we will do, we will install our packages, Nugget packages. So you click on this solution, you click on manage Nugget packages for the solution, and you click on browse, you click on CRM SDK, you press enter. You click on the first one, the core assembly, you double click on it. It's asking me to select the project. I click install, so it's installing it. So once that is done, I will also install the plugin tool. I'm looking for it. Scrolling. Plugin registration tool. Here it is. I will install it. So we have everything ready. I will close that, and I will save. I will now sign my project. I right click on our namespace, I click properties, and I click on signing. I will sign it. I will click on new, and I will just give tax ops pilot signing, and I uncheck this. I click OK, and I save. Now our project is signed. Now I will right click on the class, I will rename it, and I will put ownership reassignment, and I save it. So now what I will do is that I will add the Microsoft CRM Messages SDK. Let me add it using Microsoft CRM SDK. Using Microsoft CRM.SDK.messages. Now that I have those, I come here on the class, I put plugin, I select, it will put an error, I click on the error, I click show potential fixes, and I will click on this one, preview changes, apply. So now we are ready to make the changes here. I have already written the code. I will paste it for you. So what's going on here is that first I put the context. After that, I call the service. The key factor is here to say this is the system user to run, and then I grab my parameters, the schedule ID, the input parameters, the new owner ID. I grab the update assigned to date, and then I execute this task of reassignment. Yes, I put the target. The target is the schedule database, and then I put the assignee, and then I patch that record with the new owner ID. I put the stamp date, and yeah, that's it. And I return context output parameter success true, and with the message assigned. Once that is done, what I will do, I will go to the solution, I will build it. It says the build is succeed. Now I will go to my plugin registration tool. Let me add that Windows to our project. Now on the plugin registration tool, I will refresh first. Make sure that you are on the right environment. I'm on the dev, as you can see on top. It's a development environment. I will refresh everything to make sure that it loads all the custom APIs for me. And then once it does that, I will register a new assembly. We go and search for it. We click on repo, ops pilot tags. We click on the bin, debug. We take the last, we sort by the last date modified, and we take the DLL. Click select or register the plugin. So now we right click on our plugin, we click new step. We will select our new created custom API, reassign tags ops pilot, that's what we created, and then we will leave everything the same. We will just put pre-operation here. We will click pre-operation, we'll click server, and we'll click register new step. So everything is ready. Let's go back to our Visual Studio. What we will do right now on Visual Studio is that we will copy the namespace. I will just put like a comment here. Namespace dot the name of our class. We will copy everything. And then we will go back to Chrome. We what we will do, we will go back to our custom API, this one. Let's refresh first. Once we refresh, press enter. Let's try to look for this name. It should be there. You see the namespace and the class. We click on it and we save. So now we have connected the custom API with the plugin. Let me come back to the presentation to show you where they fit together. Oh, sorry. Let's come back to the presentation here. So this is how they are related together. Custom API will trigger the plugin because we have put that the message is when we call the custom API, then it execute this plugin, and then the plugin modify Dataverse on the server side. Let me remove this out of the way. Yes, and then the UI will be also modified. Since we have everything ready, now let's go back to VS Code. We will register that custom API inside our solution, inside our project. I have all my commands in one place. What we can do first, we can search that custom API. I still have the name that I can copy, and I will come back here and paste it. I will search for it in the environment. That's the command available on the website of Microsoft. So it's searching for that custom API that we have created together. And it found it with all the parameters, and yes, and returns the response. It found it. So now we will add it. We will add it to our project. Once we add it, it generates a TypeScript service class for the API. You see it says added successfully. So now if we go here to the generated, we go to services, it should be there. The name is reassign. It's right here. It's already available. So now that I have everything ready, I will tell Claude to use that. Let's give a task to Claude. I have added the custom API. Oh no. Available to the services generated netted folder. When a normal user that is not a manager tries in page assign to reassign a task to themselves, run the custom API first, and then once it is done, change the assign to their names. Okay, let's wait and see the change. So it's searching for it. It says I have everything. It knows the input, schedule ID, new owner ID, assigned to date. So now it's modifying for non-managers. It says here's what changed: non-manager path call this first. If the API returns success false or throw an alert fires immediately after the custom API succeeds. Patches, assign to date, and inspections that should directly as before. Both failure points, yes, and the username is fixed. Yeah. So once we have that, let's build our project. Npm run build. Let's push the update. Now let's go to the navigator to test the new functionality and see what happens. Let's refresh. Let's see what happened in the back end. It says the reassigned task succeeded, patching, and now it says explain console was by. So far I don't see any issue. Let's go to my schedule. The new task is here. It's right here. This is the new task. It's right here on my schedule for Hannah Miracle, and she can start it. Now it started. You see 11:10 today. So it's running. It worked, guys, just like that. We did it. And now I can stop the task and say ongoing. Yes, it works. It works like a charm. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you had fun with me in this video. Let me know if you have any comments, if you have any suggestion. In this video, if I make a summary of what we have done, we have built a custom API and we have built also a plugin. We have connected them together. The plugin is executed once we run the custom API, and the custom API have some input parameters, some output parameters. All of them are integrated to the Power Apps code app, and this is the end-to-end sequence that we have built today. Thank you, and see you on the next video. Ciao.